Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Gab Marcotti is here. Maybe some disappointed Frank Leboeuf with a t-shirt on because, of course, a picture doing the rounds. Frank Leboeuf in Leboeuf. Well, certainly the top half anyway. Frank, looking good, man.
Oh, thank you. I'm doing my best.
I think out of all of our pundits, you look the best topless, although I think the standard isn't that high.
Yeah, well, maybe Stewart Robson can compete with me.
Ah, that's true, yeah.
It's okay.
I feel his is more of an angry body somehow. Okay, Frank, which defensive position is more important for Chelsea to strengthen? Left back, centre back, right back or goalkeeper?
All of them.
Yes, obviously.
That's the problem. Yeah, the goalkeeper is a big issue, but I think you have to go to the main thing, and if you have to go to the main thing, you have to go for the central defenders. Zuma is doing great, but I'm not confident about Rudiger. I'm not confident about Christensen. I don't know what's going to happen to Tomori, but I think you need a big guy. I mean, you see with Liverpool when they got Van Dijk, it changed everything. Even Lovren and Gomez look better alongside him. So I think you need a big guy and make sure that he's going to lead the defense. Look at Ramos. Varane is a fantastic defender, but is he the same defender when he plays for France than when he plays for Real Madrid alongside Sergio Ramos? I think he's better with Real Madrid. So you need a big guy as a central defense, yeah.
Meanwhile, Gab, thoughts on Victor Osimhen's transfer to Napoli? How much potential does he have?
I just want to weigh in on Chelsea. I don't, because I got to stick up for Reece James here. I don't know why you would include right back as a position that Chelsea need to upgrade when you've got a guy who's had one season in the top flight, came up from League One, is probably one of the best, if not the best prospect that Chelsea have actually in-house. So, but I agree with Frank, goalkeeper, central defense, they need to sort those out. So, about Osimhen. He generated a ton of buzz at Lille last year. And, you know, I think people say that there's a lot of similarity in his game to Harry Kane. Obviously doesn't score as many goals as Harry Kane. Napoli needing a guy who's willing to work hard, who can, you know, hopefully, looks like Milik is leaving, can replace Milik's goals, but can maybe provide even a little bit more in terms of setting up the players around him. They're very excited, and they're also very excited because they're getting him on a really good deal, as we've figured out. He's going to cost them 50 million euros plus 4 different players, whose total value adds up to 20 million, going the other way.
On that point, sorry to interrupt, but why did De Laurentiis lie about how much he cost? Didn't he say he cost 80 million or something?
So he didn't lie. De Laurentiis never lies.
Oh, okay. Apologies.
No, as I understand it, from what I've been told, it's 50 million in cash, plus those 4 players, and those are 3 young players, and Carnesis was their 3rd goalkeeper. So you can say, you know, maybe their value's inflated a little bit, but it's still on the books. They're going the other way, so that takes you to 70 million. And there's an additional 10 million in bonuses. However, again, from what I've been told, those 10 million bonuses are, you know, setting the bar pretty high, like 2.5 million if Napoli win the Champions League, another 2.5 million if they win Serie A, I believe. And other, you know, not easy to attain bonuses. So you look at it that way, yeah, it does add up to 80 million, but there's all these components in there, which I think show that Napoli were pretty smart in how they put this deal together.
Do you like him, Frank?
I like him. I think I was very impressed when he started with Lille and scored many goals at the beginning of the season. And then after he broke down a little bit and didn't impress me anymore. So it's why when Gabi said it's a good deal with 50 million plus 4 players, if 50 million is not something big for a player like that, and for Gabi, I'm ready to give him some my bank infos, you know, for good transfer money that I need to buy another house.
You've got enough houses, Frank, scattered around. You just got a new house in Normandy. Was it Normandy?
It is.
Oh,
it is.
what a
It
life,
is. But it's
eh?
not 50 million.
No.
It's not for sure. No, it's not even a million.
Well, we've all been hit hard recently. Have you ever pulled out, Frank, of a 50-50 challenge because you thought the ref was waiting to give you a card. By the way, I think that's what happened with the Chelsea players.
I'm not sure I understood, but I think there is one action with Shevchenko in the I think it was Champions League playing against AC Milan, where really I pull out the shirt and it was definitely a penalty, and I don't know how the ref didn't give the penalty to Shevchenko. I think I sent you the picture lately, but I think if I understood the question, it was a 50-50 ball, and I pulled the shirt, and he should have gotten the ball and at least get a penalty. So the ref was pretty nice with me.
I think what they're trying to insinuate is the fact you feel that they're referees who are primed, are ready to book you, are ready to send you off. You kind of get that feeling from the officials, Frank. And does that affect you at all when you're playing?
It does, and it happened to me after a big incident against Leeds, where I stepped on QL on purpose because he was pretending that I touched him, and I got a second yellow card, therefore red card. So I came and I stamped on him to make sure that he had a problem, because he didn't have anything before, and I apologized after. But they wanted to give me 10 games, and it's why after every game I played, and even Gianluca Vialli was my coach at the time, said, "No, it's enough. I think he paid for that, so you shouldn't book him all the time." Right. And I could only touch a little bit of player, and I was yellow carded all the time. So it was a very hard time for me because I couldn't play my game. But yeah, you have some referees that don't like you, and you see that, and they're ready to book you any action you can make.
Because you're French, Frank, is it? Is that what it is?
No, because I was bald.
Of course, the Champions League is back this week. Lyon taking on Juventus. Lyon 1-0 up, going into that second leg. The question is simple, Frank. Can Lyon eliminate Juve?
It's gonna be hard. I mean, we already said that before the first leg, and Lyon did well. But Lyon had only one official game, a cup final, and I think it's not enough for me for them. I think to get the rhythm you need in those high games, and I'm sure Juventus is ready to go very far. So it's going to be hard. I don't want to say they have no chances, but of course the favorite is Juventus.
Right, Gab. This question is so up your alley. It's ridiculous. Here we go. Is there any reason a team with deep pockets couldn't sign as many players as possible this summer while financial fair play is suspended? Loan them out, sell many of them the following year to fund the transfer of big-name players in a financial fair play friendly way.
So financial fair play isn't actually suspended. What they're doing is they're basically merging two accounting periods in one. It doesn't mean that you can go and spend as much as you want and then it'll never come back. Financial fair play is based on 3-year cycles, and they're combining 2 cycles in one, effectively making it a longer cycle. And they're also going to take into account extraordinary circumstances like lack of box office income and whatever else. But that's the long answer. Short answer, no.
Shall I just ring Craig and you can give the really long answer? You think that'll go down well for his Sunday?
There is a longer, more detailed version.
I bet there is. We all can't wait to sign up for that. Okay, now Arthur, of course, very much in the news at the moment. Barcelona in Champions League action. He's going to Juventus at the end of the Champions League. However, of course, he's still very much needed for Barca during this campaign. However, he's refusing to come back from Brazil. He says, Gab, should Arthur play for Barcelona in the Champions League, or should he immediately leave for Juventus following the treatment of how he was given after the transfer?
Arthur is a professional footballer. He had a contract with Barcelona. Barcelona decided that they no longer wanted him for many different reasons, some of them down to Arthur. He's got the right to say no to the deal. Once you say yes to the deal, they're asking you to stick around for another month. Once the deal's gone through, it does seem to me like fairly petty But then again, he's also kind of in his rights to do so, unless he signs a contract saying, I will play for Barcelona until the end of August. And my understanding is that's the contract he signed. So, dude, suck it up, live with it, come back, come sit on the bench in Barcelona, because that's where you're going to be sitting against Napoli. You'll probably sit on the bench for the rest of the Champions League until Barcelona get knocked out, and then you'll go play in Turin. You should all thank your lucky stars that, after what's happened at Barcelona and after the season you've had, you're moving to another Champions League caliber club that's willing to give you a lot of money and pay you a lot of money.
What do you think, Frank? Any sympathy for Arter?
A little bit, in a way that Barcelona didn't want him anymore because they think he wasn't good enough. So they loaned it to another club. So then they think that they need him. They say that his teammates needs him in Barcelona. No. Just say you come back because my ego as a chairman is big, and it is so big that I want you to come back because I decided so. But again, and as Gabby said, he has a contract, so he has to stick to the contract. And if he has to come back, he has to come back, and just be quiet on the bench and wait for the moment to leave and prepare his luggage, and go to Juventus. But I have a little sympathy because I think it's understandable that the guy think that it doesn't Barcelona doesn't want him anymore, but they just want him for the sake of it.
But if this was a movie, Frank, it'd be the Champions League final, but all of a sudden, everyone in Barcelona has got food poisoning. It's all down to Arter to be the hero, to come on, to lead the team to victory, and he does exactly that. Obviously, it's a little sensationalised, but as a footballer, even if there's that little chance of you playing in such a big match like a Champions League final, don't you swallow that pride and kind of go out there and see what happens?
I'm like you, Dan. I like American movies where everything goes well at the end of the movie, and it's because I was there in the final in '98 because I believed in miracles. That would be a big miracles before Arthur goes into the game and win the final of the Champions League by himself. So of course you're right. I don't say that Arthur should keep on saying I don't want to come back. He signed a contract. He has to go back, and maybe a miracle will happen, and he will play the final score at the 92nd minutes of the game, the winning goal, and everybody is going to be so happy, and we're going to hear the American anthem at the end.
Meanwhile, Gab, what does your Gabometer say about the possibility of Jan Oblak or Ter Stegen going to Chelsea?
Well, I think Ter Stegen would strike me as close to zero, because it's true that we've heard about Barcelona needing to raise funds and whatnot, but he's going to cost an absolute fortune. He's outstanding. He's been, arguably Barcelona's second best player. So it would seem absolutely, mad and desperate to that's the guy you cash in on. I mean, frankly, at this stage, I think it's more likely that Messi leaves than Ter Stegen leaves.
When's Messi leaving, Gab?
As far as Oblak, well, you've obviously followed the crazy story that because his dad is looking at properties in Milan, then surely Messi. Yep. No, I don't think Messi's leaving now. But as far as Oblak is concerned, it is slightly different. Atletico Madrid are in a slightly different place financially. I do wonder whether he'd necessarily be top of Chelsea's list, because I think the way Lampard plays, it's important to have a goalkeeper who's very comfortable with the ball at his feet, which Oblak perhaps isn't. But that said, I don't know if Chelsea are pushing all their chips into that basket. And I think Oblak's been happy at Atletico Madrid. I think it would take something pretty big to shift Oblak.
Final point, Frank. A penalty's easy to score. Everyone knocks Ronaldo for how much he scored from the spot.
A penalty is easy to score for somebody who never shot a penalty. And you can't understand that somebody's missing if you never shot a penalty. You have a big pressure and you have everything to lose, because as you just mentioned, it's easy to score. but it's not, and it's why you see some big top players not coming into the penalty spot to shoot a penalty ever. So there is a reason why. But you have some people and who have the guts to do so, and you have real specialists. Neymar is a specialist. I mean, it's amazing. Bruno Fernandes is a specialist, and they never miss. It's crazy. Eden Hazard is a specialist. I mean, they have a new technique, which is completely unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because you have to have so much guts, you have to be so confident on yourself and your technique that they never miss it, and they wait for the goalkeeper. I wasn't playing like that. I was picking a side, shooting strong on the floor, and praying for that.
What was your record, Frank, from the spot?
I don't know. I think I scored many penalties, like 50 or a little bit more than 50. And I don't know what was my... the statistics at the time, we had computers, but we didn't have statistics at the time, It was such a long time ago.
Is there one penalty that you missed and you knew exactly why you missed it? And what I mean by that is, did you second guess yourself? Did you not go for the corner that you initially thought? Did the goalkeeper outfox you?
Yeah. Yes, once, because I changed my mind, because I thought that I was experienced enough and confident enough to look at the goalkeeper and feel that he was going the side that I picked at first, and I changed, and he tricked me, in fact, and he touched the ball and hit the post after. So it was against Blackburn. I don't remember the name of the goalkeeper, but he did very well. And I couldn't sleep at night because I say, I'm so stupid. Why suddenly I decided to do that? But that's what it is.
Tim Flowers, maybe, the goalkeeper. And then that's when you stamp,
maybe.
stamp on Harry Kewell then the next week out of frustration?
Yes, yeah, it was that period, yes.
Take that. Thank you very much then, guys. ESPN FC back on your screens tomorrow. Be sure to join us. You can keep your tweets coming in at ESPN FC. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.